Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this simple tutorial I'm going to show you how you can create some custom share buttons on your website. So this is what I'm talking about. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner, we have this share button with that pulse effect. When the user clicks it, it displays those different social medias that you want the users to be sharing your posts or articles on. So right now I have WhatsApp, Twitter and Facebook. So when the user clicks Facebook, they'll open up that new window and they'll be presented with such a page. So when they want to really share this, they click post to Facebook. So once it's shared and you check your Facebook profile page, this is the article that you've shared. Then let us go back and try Twitter also. So when they click Twitter also open up that, and they will first taking for what the way I did it, it takes in the title of that article and the URL, and they click tweet. And if you have to check the profile page, I guess I need to refresh. And our article will be here. Set up your Chromebook for web development. And there is a lot that goes on in the background for these pictures, the titles and the description to be here, but that will be another tutorial. But right now I want to show you how you can easily get the current URL that you're on and the titles for you to share your articles, or letting users share your articles on different social medias. For WhatsApp it won't open because this is not a mobile device, but I have also WhatsApp on this PC that I'm using, but it will be better if you're using the mobile device. So I'm going to show you even extra social medias, how they share content on them using their custom sharing links. So this is what I'm going to be showing you in this simple tutorial. Now on my website I'm using a framework called Materialize CSS. So this is the site materializecss.com. I'm going to leave every resource link that we're using in this tutorial in the description below. So when you click this get started, you'll be presented to such a page. So you can download their CSS and JavaScript file and include it in your project, but in case you're using Bootstrap, it's okay. You also design it the way you want in Bootstrap. Then for the icons that you saw, the ones for Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp and extra social networks that I'm going to be showing you, you come to this website bootstrapcdn.com/font awesome. So when you reach this page, just click this icon, the chevron icon, then take this link tag in the head section the way I did here. So as I told you here, they will give you folders of CSS and JavaScript. So this is what I'm having. Inside CSS I have materialize.mini.css, and inside JS I have materialize.mini.js. So these are the two files that you get when you download that. There will be a lot of files, but I went ahead and deleted others and I left these ones. So you can see I have about.html, blog.html, but we are not going to be using them for now. We are going to start with index.html. See, I linked the link for the icons, materialize CSS, and before the closing body tag I linked the materialize.mini.js. So I'm going to be showing you how you can create this simple fixed floating button, and to do that, let us first open this file in the browser. So you can go and save it anywhere you want, not anything, anywhere you want, and make sure you open it into the browser. So it all depends. So you'll be the way you want to represent or present your share buttons on your website. But right now for me, I want to put them inside that fixed floating button. And to do that, it's very, very simple. When you're using this framework, just come below here, create a div. We are going to give this div a class of fixed dash action dash btn, so short for button. So fixed action button, that's the class that we are giving to the parent div. Then inside we are going to put the anch tag, but right now we don't need this hyper reference or the h reference attribute. What we are going to do is just give it a class of btn dash floating, and if you are to save this on with that, you will see that we have a simple floating button here at the bottom right hand side. You can see how it's very simple. Then I'm just going to make it red for it to be seen, plus that pulse effect that you saw. Refresh, you can see we have that simple floating button. Then let us add the share icon for the user to know that it's really a share button. So we use the I tag, and we are going to give it a class of fa space fa dash share. Save this, preview it in the browser, and we are having that share button. In case you don't like this share button, there is another attribute or class, sorry, you just put a dash there, still on the share word, and put alt, so the alternative icon to use in case you don't want the first one, and you'll be having that. So choose the one that you want for this tutorial. Very simple, so the user can know that this is the share button. Now for our social media icons, still inside this div, the parent div with a class of fixed action button btn, so we are going to create an ordered list, the URL, and inside it we put the list items li, and inside these list items we are going to put the anch tags. So we don't need this hyper reference, and inside these anch tags we're going to put the icons. So let's say class of fa dash Facebook. Let us it won't be shown right now. Let us just be adding icon names. It won't be shown right now, and we are going to give this anch tag a class of btn floating and Facebook. I'm going to give it a color of indigo. Hope it's the spelling indigo sorry, indigo. Then I'll make it darken -3. So I already have a tutorial about this, creating these simple icons. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this list item. I'm going to paste it several times for different icons. Then this one will be Twitter, and I think for Twitter it's light blue, and this one is going to be WhatsApp, that's the name of the icon, and this one will be green, and we are going to have LinkedIn, and this one will also be light blue for the color. Then lastly we are going to have Google Plus, and this one will be red. Very simple. So right now if you are to check, you won't be able to see those icons. So for every component in Materialize CSS, this framework, you need to first initialize it to be working, and that's very simple. So for us to have that working floating button that you saw, it's going to be very simple. We are going to create a simple file here. So inside the JS folder, we are going to create a simple file, and I'm going to call it share.js. Very simple. Then after that we are going to first listen for the document load. So document dot add event listener, event listener, and the type of event that we want to listen to is DOM content loaded, and we pass in this callback function. So in jQuery, it's like saying document.ready and putting that callback function. In vanilla JavaScript, this is what you have to write: document.add event listener, and the type of event that you want to listen to is this DOM content loaded. Very, very simple. Then let us first link this new file that we have created, share.js, to the index file script. You can take off that type attribute, source, then first specify the folder name JS, then share.js. So that's the file that you want to link to index.html. Now let us first initialize that functionality. So when the user clicks this, we want to display those social media icons, and it's going to be very, very simple. First of all, we are going to create a variable here, and I'm going to call it share buttons, and I'm going to assign it to document dot query selector, and we want to select the class of fixed action btn. So this one, fixed action btn, that's the class that we are selecting. So come here and write fixed dash action, action dash btn, and when we do that, we use the materialize m instance. So m dot floating action. So mind about the syntax: action button. So it's in camel case. Every first letter is in uppercase. So F, A, and B, they're in uppercase. Floating action button. We initialize it. We say dot init or int, and here we pass in the variable that we created, which is share buttons, and it's followed with an object. So by doing this, only that, we shall be able to be having the other functionality. When the user hovers over that, they bring those social media icons. Remember, they are the ones that we put in this unordered list. You can see it's very, very simple. We have Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and Google Plus, and this is what we are seeing here. So I don't want when the user hovers over that and they bring them. I want the user to first click that button, so not hovering over them. So as I told you, this is an object and it takes in options. We can drop down and we say hover enabled, and we set it to false. By default it's true. That's why they bring those icons when you hover over that button. So here, as you can see, the user will first have to click. Very, very simple. So was just a design. Let us now concentrate on what has brought us here, making these things work when the user clicks them. So we are going to go back and give every link or icon an ID. So inside this anch tag, the a tag, we are going to give them IDs. So this one will be FB for the Facebook, then Twitter will be TW, that's for Twitter, that's the ID that I've given to it. Then WhatsApp will be WTS, that's WhatsApp. Then LinkedIn will be LNK, so that's for LinkedIn. Then Google Plus, I'm going to give it an ID of G plus or GP. Let me give it that GP. So we have FB, TW, WTS, LIN, LNK and also GP, short for Google Plus. So we have given every icon an ID. Very, very simple. Now let us go back to our JavaScript file. So here, this is the fixed floating button. Then below here, we are going to be getting two things. The first, we want to detect the page that the user is on. So when the user goes to the About Us page, we need to be having access to this URL. When they go to the blog page, we need to be having access to this blog page. When they are on home, we need to be having access to the URL and the title. So I'm going to press Ctrl Shift I on my keyboard and we bring up this developer console. So to get the current URL that you're on in JavaScript, there is this window object, right window. As you can see, you put a dot. When you put a dot, they will show you the different properties and methods. But now the one that we want here, it's location. So that's the property that we want. But when you also concatenate on location and put a dot, concatenate on location, you forgive me, tongue twisting, then dot href. Let me first show you what dot location has. So dot location, it has the href attribute. You can see you can get the origin and the protocol. But right now in our window dot location, we need only the href. So the href, when you place there, they will show you the href. But right now I'm on a local machine, but in case you're on a website, they will give you the domain name or the current URL that you're on. Like right now here on Facebook, when I press Ctrl Shift I and come here, move that, and I say window, where all these errors on Facebook, close that, and you say window dot location dot href. You can see they are giving me the current URL that I'm on. So as you can see, /that, and the same on every page that you're going to be having. So that means we need this stored in a variable. So here we shall say getting page information. And you're going to create variables, and we say current URL, and we're going to store it in window dot location dot href. So as having that, we are getting the current URL that the user is on, and we are storing it in this variable. Then let us also get the title. So let's say like this, you want to be having access to this title. Remember when I shared on Twitter, it took that URL with it. And to do that, when you come here and you say document, document dot title, and press enter, they will be having this title of that page. The same applies here on Facebook. If I say document dot title, I place there, they will be having my name because I'm on my profile code. Very, very simple. Then that means also here in our code we shall create a variable for that, and we say current page title. That's the variable that I've created. It's user defined, and we shall say document dot title. So that means now we have access to that title of the page that the user will be on. Very, very simple. Now let us get also get IDs from the icons, or let's say get icon IDs, and we are going to create the one for Facebook. Should I give them the original names, or we are going to do something like FB? Let me call it Facebook, and we are going to say document dot get element get element by ID, and remember we gave it an ID of FB. That's the ID that we gave to the icon of Facebook. Then I'm going to copy this same thing because it's going to be the same for every icon. So one for Twitter, remember we gave it WT. And the one for WhatsApp, we gave it WTS WhatsApp. Lastly, or the second last, is LinkedIn, and we gave it the ID of LNK. And finally, the last one, it's Google Plus, and we gave it GP. So right now we have access to those icons, the ones that you're seeing here. So we have access to their IDs: Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and Google Plus. So they are all stored in these variables that you're seeing here: Facebook, stuff like that. Then with that, I'm going to create an if before creating that, let me show you what will happen when we do without that if statement. So we are going to get this Facebook variable. Remember, it's here, we created it. So dot add event listener, and the type of event that we want to add is the click event. When the user clicks it, then we shall put in this callback function. And here inside we are going to create a variable of let. So let FB share URL equals. So here we are going to put in the Facebook sharing URL. So we shall say HTTPS, put those double colons or single, then double forward slashes, and say www.facebook.com/share. So this is not something that you have to put in your head. It's always on the internet in case you want to find how the sharing URL for Facebook. So this is how they do it. So then share.php, then you put a question mark and you, and here we are going to concatenate on our current URL. Remember, we created the variable here and it's stored in that hyperreference, so we put in that. So right now what we are saying, facebook.com/share/share.php, and you, and the you assign this to the URL, put here an equal sign, so they will be taking in the current URL that you're on. Then let us create another variable, and this we are going to call this one window size. So this is also user defined, and this one is going to be taking in the width, how large you want the window to be, that window that pops up or that opens. And I'm going to say like 565, that's the width. Put a comma there, Then also specify the height, and I'm going to say for it should be like 569 or 69. After that, we are going to call the window open method, and this one takes in different parameters. So first of all, you can pass in the URL, you can pass in the name, you can pass in the specifications of the window, and also the replace. But not everything that is inside here is compulsory. So this one is option, this one is compulsory, but some features are also option, and this one is also option. So I'm going to show you the different parts that you can pass into this one. So as I said, the first one is the URL, and remember we created a variable here, fb share URL, and we are storing this string inside that. So since the first parameter was the URL, we put in that, and as I said, the next parameter, it's the name, and you can leave that, but you can put in attributes like blank, or you can put in self if you want the current page that you're on to reload. So that's the name, it's option, you can leave it like that. Then this one, it's where you pass in the specifications of that area, or what you want to be the behavior of the window. So we can say we don't want the menu bar inside there, so menu bar equals no, we don't want the menu bar to be shown. Then we can say resizable if you want it to be resizable, and we say yes. Then if you want scroll bars to be there, we say scroll bars, and we say yes. You can see how it's very simple. So lastly, we concatenate on the window size. So you can also put in the window size, but I wanted to put it separate, so we say window size, and that we just concatenate on that, and lastly we return false. I hope you guys are not lost. So we just created an fb variable, fb underscore share URL. Then this is the URL that you have to use when you want to share something on Facebook. So this is the exact URL, you don't need to change anything. Then for you, what you have to do, the developer, you concatenate on the URL that the user is on. Then here I created the size of the window the way I want it to be appearing. And lastly, or second last, I use this open method, passed in the URL that I want to open and these specifications of that window. And lastly, I return false in case you're going to be adding more. Click events below here, we don't want to execute extra information. So let us test on Facebook. I guess we have an error here. Control Shift I, check what's the problem. Unexpected string, line 23. Where is line 23? It's here. Let's go there, unexpected string. Do I have any problem here? I don't see any problem. Oh, we need to put assignment operator or the equal sign. You forgive me for the sirens. I was still looking out for the error. So let us refresh. Click there, you see our icons are being brought up. There is no error again. Then when we click the Facebook icon, as you can see, they're having that. But right now they can't share this URL because we're on a local URL. That's why they are saying your hyperreference, or the href, should represent, not should be, should represent a valid URL, because they can't share that. But as you can see, our functionality is in place working. So that means they are taking in that URL, but right now we're on a local machine. But as I showed you, when you put it on the server, it will be taking the real current URL. So I guess it's going to be the same for every icon here that you're seeing here. It's just that the share URLs are the ones that are going to change. So let me copy this again. Let me put comments here, and I say this is for Facebook. Let me copy that below here, and this one is going to be for WhatsApp. And I'm going to say WTS WhatsApp share URL. And for WhatsApp is very simple, so you can take out these, and for WhatsApp you just write WhatsApp and you say WhatsApp, then you put some colon there, 2 forward slashes, then send question mark, and put text as the perimeter, the URL perimeter, and this text will be taking in the current URL that the user will be on, so the link that the user will be on. So this is what you have to put for WhatsApp. If you want to share something on WhatsApp, this is the URL that you use: WhatsApp, colon, 2 forward slashes, then send question mark text, then pass in the URL that you're going to be using. The rest is the same. But right now let us refresh this page. Ctrl+Shift+I to check our console. There's no errors, and we click we need to change this to WhatsApp. So WhatsApp, so click there, WhatsApp. Why isn't it working? Ctrl+Shift+I to check our console. It's non-defined. Facebook URL is non-defined. This one, guys, you forgive me, I needed to change also here. Ctrl+Shift+I, what was that? There's no problem. So when I refresh, click there, WhatsApp, and it will say open in WhatsApp desktop. So I have some WhatsApp desktop up here, but as you can see, they are taking in our URL. So in case you're on ostoncodecypher.com/something, it will be the URL that will be passed in here. I'll say cancel and close that. So WhatsApp is working. Then let us also put the one for Twitter. I guess we jumped for Twitter. I wanted them to be in line the way we created the variables. So this one will be Twitter. Tweet. So here we use the variable that we created here, Twitter.add event listener, and this one will be TW, short for Twitter share URL. And the share URL for Twitter is also very simple. You just come here and say https://twitter.com/ then you say intent / then you say tweet, and for the first perimeter, you put a question mark, and for the first perimeter we use text. So this text, it will be the one taking in the title of that article that you're sharing. And remember, For us to get the title of the page that the user will be on, we use this document.title, and we stored it inside this variable current page title. So here what we are going to do, where is the Twitter share URL? So we are going to concatenate on that variable that we created, which is current page title. So text equals current page title, and let us concatenate on, and it will take in also an ampersand sign. So if you want to concatenate on something else, so right now we are putting this current title on this perimeter of text, and then the share URL, Twitter uses this perimeter of URL, and it will be taking in this. I hope you guys are not confused here. So right now here the text will be taking in the current page title, and for the URL we have concatenated on this. We say and we take in this current URL. So here we shall copy this, replace with this. If I am not to forget, refresh the page, click here, click Twitter, it open. As you can see, Twitter intent / and they have taken the title of the page. You can see share button, but for the URL, as you can see, they can't take it because we are on a local machine, so we are doing this locally. But you can see the perimeters: text equals share button, and URL equals the URL that you'll be using on your website. You can see how it's very simple. So far we have done Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp. For LinkedIn, let us also see how it's done. Let us go back to our text editor, and let's copy this. And here we are going to use the variable that we created here, which is LinkedIn, and this one will be LKN. So LinkedIn, and we are going to put this same variable here because I always forget it. And for the URL for LinkedIn, it's very simple also. What you need to write is https then /www.linkedin.com, and for them they do / then CWS. So this is their sharing URL, / then use share and question mark URL, then you assign it that to the current URL. So this is the sharing link for LinkedIn. And see how it's very simple. The rest is okay. The only part that you need to change is the variable that is calling that URL, and make sure you pass it into this because it will be the URL that you open. Let us go and try it in the browser. So LinkedIn, and this is it. I know they are not going to open, but you can see we are passing in our URL up there. Very simple. Then lastly, let us work with Google Plus, and for Google Plus is also going to be very simple. Let me just remove this extra space here. Oh, I forgot to change this, so I'm going to leave this. All this code is going to be available for you guys, so we are going to copy that. This one is going to be Google Plus GP. Copy this here because it's the URL that they will be opening, GP URL. Then for Google Plus, it's very simple. So the same stuff that you saw up there For them, they remove this and they put plus, and here it will be google.com, I guess so, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, then forward slash, move this, and they put share URL and this, so it's Google plus, it's plus.google.com/share question mark the URL, and we shall be having access to our URL inside this. So if I'm not done any mistake here, yeah, that's okay. Then let us refresh, try to click it, Ctrl Shift I, as it has not opened. Do you have any mistake here? Nothing. What is in the, oh, this, I always forget this. The variable that we created here, it's Google Plus, not LinkedIn. So Google Plus dot add event listener, click, refresh this, click there, and they will be opening up this, and they will prompt you to sign in because I'm not signed in, but they will be taking that information. You can see how it's very simple. So I think the only important parts are these share URLs. The rest is the same, but you can decide on the way that you want to present the size of the window button that will, the window that will be opened up, and there are a lot of specifications that you can add into this perimeter. I'm going to leave a link to some site where you're going to see all this information that goes into this window.open method. And there is an if statement that I wanted to show you, because in case it happens to you, I don't know why today it has not brought it. Programming today it's working, tomorrow it's not working. So at times they bring that there is a statement they bring, let's say Facebook dot add event listener. This one, like this statement, they will be like Facebook add event listener. You can't define Facebook add event listener of null. So the only thing you can do is pass in all these variables that we created here into this if statement. Let's say Twitter, and say not equal to null. So they are not equal to null. So this is what you have to write in case you are, and make sure you shift all this code that you have written inside this if statement. So make sure you define all these variables, or you mention all these variables inside this if statement, separating them with this comma, and you say they are not equal to null in case you are to get that same problem. But with this we have not gotten any problem, and it's okay. When it works, leave it. That's the #1 rule in programming. Don't mess with it if it works. Then I guess I'm going to copy these floating action buttons to every page. Let's say blog. I paste them there. I go to about, paste them there. So what we're doing here, when you go to about and you click Facebook or Twitter, let's say Twitter, it will be taking the about URL. You can see, because of this variable that we created here, for it will always keep track of the current URL that the user is on, plus the title to cater for our Twitter URL. So every page that you go on, these variables will be of great use. So the current URL and the current page title. But right now Twitter is the one benefiting from this, because it takes in the text perimeter and gets the title of the page, and the URL I guess for every sharing link it will be making use of this window.location.href, the hyperreference that the user is on. You can see it's very simple, guys. What you need to do is just subscribe to the channel, like the video, if possible share it on different social medias, and I'll always see you in the next tutorials. So guys, if you are wondering how they fetched these thumbnails, so how did it tell that we're on the page that has this image, the title? So here, when I place Ctrl U on the keyboard to check the source code, I'm using what they call the Open Graph meta tags. So these tags, so if you have time, go and visit the website and see them. So these tags are very important. Right here you see Open Graph OG title. It takes in the title, and that's the title that you see here. So I will make this as a tutorial for the next time I'm creating a video on this channel. Then for the description, you can see that, and it's here each month over. Then for the URL, so when the user clicks this, of course that's the URL that will be taken to. And also, what else? I'm having also the ones for Twitter, as you saw here. So it's response for this. This is very simple. So I'll also make a tutorial about these Open Graph meta tags. So guys, just subscribe to the channel if this tutorial was useful to you, and I will always see you in the next tutorials. Smash that like button. Peace.